A lot of the focus on helping those who are suffering from the Gulf spill grows out of the sour experience in Alaska. Tonight we wrap up our series of special reports about the Exxon Valdez spill with a story of revival. The Polar Star unloads wild Alaskan salmon at the dock in Cordova.
Just over 53,000 pounds.
This year's salmon run started slowly in parts of the Prince William Sound, but fishermen say it's picking up.
And this is the lower grade product here, chum salmon. This isn't sockeye.
At Copper River Seafoods, Pip Fillingham explains the more choice salmon will come later in the season. But the early start in this part of the Sound is a gift from nature.
We're the first and only salmon on the market each and every spring.
Fillingham was among that group hardest hit in the 1989 Exxon Valdez disaster. Commercial fishermen.
The market dropped out. We went from 70 to 90 cents a pound in 88 to 6 cents a pound in 89.
Much of the Sound was closed to fishing, and consumers nationally got turned off to Alaskan seafood.
It was getting to a point where we couldn't make a living doing it. You had to catch 100,000 pounds just to pay expenses.
Fillingham won't blame Exxon for all the problems, but fed up with prices in the mid-90s, he went into business himself. So did a couple of friends.
And after a few years of struggling, we decided to join forces.
How you doing?
Hey, Gerald, Pip.
Copper River Seafoods formed in 1996. Today they process about 50,000 pounds of salmon daily. More than 300 people work at a business critical to the local economy.
We're one of FedEx's biggest customers for shipping fresh fish all over this country, Japan, Europe.
It's all the result of an unlikely chain of events.
Growing up in Louisiana, it's not too many hills, Homa especially.
Yep, Homa. In 1974, Pip Fillingham just wanted to see Alaska.
I was 20 years old, no responsibility.
And fell in love with the place.
I've been to the top of almost every mountain around here.
Alaska is part of their marketing pitch. The company's promotion tells customers to taste the wild, taste the difference. There's no farm-raised salmon in Alaska.
We're thriving because the marketplace is good for wild salmon.
Is there any doubt in your mind that this would have happened or wouldn't have happened had it not been for the spill? It's kind of a renaissance story.
This company?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have happened. Probably not.
After the Valdez disaster, this was an area badly in need of recovery. On the Cordova waterfront, this renaissance has a little Cajun flavor. Commercial fishermen blame the oil spill for the loss of another great Alaskan fishery, the herring. There is hope there, though. Alaskan state biologists tell us that they're seeing some signs that the population may finally be growing, and the hope that maybe in a few years they'll get that fishery back.
So 5 stories we've seen this week. You were there a number of days. Any kind of overall thoughts, what you took from the trip?
Well, you know, we threw this idea out, and frankly, I think the concern was, boy, I hope this doesn't come across as kind of a gimmick, but we were there for a very short period of time before it was obvious that there are some, it's fire and ice, very different sorts of disasters, but when it comes to compensation, potential impact on the fishery, laws that were in effect then, response time, in terms of getting to a spill, what they have stationed there versus what we had. There are some very serious, significant parallels, and we have a lot to learn from Alaska. And again, a lot of that focus on helping people who are affected by this comes out of the lessons of Alaska. You can hear it from the congressmen who talk about these guys who never were made whole.
And the ironic thing, how in the world did you run into Pip Fillingham? That was interesting.
That's great.
I'd like to tell you I'm just that brilliant an investigator, but the fact of the matter is we were looking for shots on the dock and we knocked on his door, and the guy's from Homa, can you say?
Sometimes it's good to be lucky, huh?
Better to be lucky.
That's right.
It's a nice success story.
I'm glad he's doing well.
Thanks,
all right.
John.